So number 6 is the right to be fully informed. So people should be told everything you need to know about your care and support, and including what's supporting your care, what's happening to you, and is it like what choices do you have when things are likely to happen, and how much it will cost the result for your treatment or results. So number 7, the right to make and informed choices and give informed consent, which means that people should be able to make your own choices, and if you want them to, there are other people can help make choices for you. Number 8, the right to support. So we can choose a support person when you receive a health care. Number 9 is the right in respect of teaching and research. If you are asked to be part of the research, and you have the right to be told things in a way you understand, and you can decide what you want to do. Number 10, the right to complain. So customer can complain if you're not happy the care you receive, and then people should listen, and people tell you what they're going to do they're going to do about it. So this is the legislation requirement around holding health information. So in New Zealand, the handling and storage and the disclosure of health information are governed by the Privacy Act 2020 and the Health Information Privacy Code 2020 and Health Regulations 1996. Those are the main three main legislations for the legislation requirement around holding health information. So they ensure the protection of personal health information and privacy, and outline the responsibility of health agency and providers. So let me explain about Privacy Act 2022. The Privacy Act provides the general framework for promoting and protecting the individual privacy. So it does by establishing certain principles with respect to the collection and use disclosure of the access of the information relating to individuals. So it applies to the public and to the private sector agency too. So it also established the role of health commissioner to investigate complaints about the interferences with the individual privacy. So information must be collected for a lawful purpose of directly related to a function of activity of the agency. And the individual must be aware of the collection and the purpose, intended response, and their right to access and then correct information. And the agency must ensure information is protected by reasonable security safeguards and safeguard against loss, misuse, and unauthorized access. So the agency must ensure this is the principle of Privacy Act 2022. So agency must ensure the information is accurate and up to date and complete and relevant before you using it. And information must not be disclosed unless authorized by the individual or by the law. An agency must notify an individual's privacy commissioner of any privacy breaches that pose a risk of serious harm. So individual complaints can complain with the privacy commissioner about breaches of the privacy rights. The commissioner can investigate complaints and take action if necessary. So the Privacy Act 2022 is crucial for maintaining high standards of privacy protection in New Zealand and ensuring that the personal information is managed responsibly and ethically. So then another legislation is the Health Information Privacy Code 2020. So this is the code of practice. It's used by the Privacy Commissioner under the section 32 of the Privacy Act, which gives an extra protection to health information because of its sensitivity. So it covers all the health agency and protect all the health information relating to the identifying individuals. So the ministry has the responsibility to ensure its compliance with this code in respect of all the information, health information entrusted to it. And Health Information Privacy Code is an essential tool for the maintaining high standard of privacy and security in the handling of holding health information in New Zealand. So another one is Health Retention of Health Information Regulation 1996. So this introduced to set a minimum period of 10 years of which health information to be held by health or disability service providers. It also covers the form in which health information is to be retained and the obligation associated with the transferring of the health information, for example, when the service provider seeks business. So as I mentioned before, there are 10 codes of rights. So for today, my topic is to explain the right to dignity and independence in details. So the right to dignity and independence is a fundamental principle in human rights and healthcare. So the right is particularly crucial in the context of health and disability services, ensuring that individuals are treated and respected with their anatomy, with their personal autonomy is upheld, and they are supported in maintaining their independence as much as possible. So the key components of the right of dignity and independence, so just as I mentioned before, they're just ensuring that individuals are treated with respect and courtesy in all interactions, and the privacy, protect the personal health, privacy of individuals, including during examination, treatment, and other personal care activities. So autonomy, the respecting, people, individuals have right to make their own choices in their lives and health care. So support and self-support for themselves, and then providing support that enables individuals to perform daily activities and manage their health condition independently as much as possible. So this is the scenario of the right to dignity and independence. So let me read about this for you. And Mrs. Smith, a 65-year-old woman, regularly visits her local pharmacies to pick her medications for managing her health, for her chronic health condition. So Ms. Smith visited the pharmacy to refill her prescription. The pharmacist, Mr. Johnson, noticed that one of Ms. Smith's medication had changed, and he proceeded to explain the switch to her husband, who accompanied her. So Mrs. Smith felt sidelined and disrespected, as she was capable of understanding and making her own decision about her own choices. So in this case, so Ms. Smith the value her independence and wants to involve in decision about her health care during her visit. So respecting the right to dignity and independence involves in pharmacies like treating patients as a partner in their care. So the pharmacist should ensure that the right communication with the patient, with her, and let her involve in decision making progresses, and respect her autonomy and empower them to take an active role in managing for her healthcare. So this approach not only uphold the dignity of the patients but also improve in overall experiences and outcomes in healthcare. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much. And any questions?
So what is the right to?
Sorry, are there references?
Oh, yes.
Can I see the reference?
Reference,
Sorry.
the one. My question is, what does the right to dignity means in the health and disability service?
So like all individuals are treated as entitled to be treated with respect and honors and regardless of health status and disability and any other personal characteristics, and ensuring so this right ensures the patients and healthcare provider as a valuable member of society and with their personal dignity, personal integrity and choices. So the healthcare can and also needs are respected by the healthcare provider. Yeah.
Also, how can health and disability service providers ensure that the clients are treated with respect and
So they can ensure in the various approaches and practices, like as I told, ensuring like a patient need to be treated with respect, and also dignity requires comprehensive and outgoing commitment from the health and disability service provider. So by enforcing a culture of respect and providing a personalized and empathetic care and continuously seeking to improve truth, the feedback and education. So that the healthcare provider they needed so the provider they can uphold the dignity and well-being of all the patients, all the clients.